Hello, hello, and welcome back for another point-blank shotgun blast of alien action in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM: The Long War. And I hope you're ready for a gob full of double-aught alien buck, because those bastards are firing off missions at an absolutely furious pace. In fact, a pace so furious that even Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and the late Paul Walker would be forced to admit that it's probably a tiny bit too fast and just a smidge too furious for even their comfort. And for a pedestrian like myself, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm nowhere near as swift or angry as Vin, Michelle, or honestly even the late Paul Walker, whose speed and fury have both been admittedly significantly reduced since his death. But still, there were 3 freaking UFOs in the air last episode at the same time. And while that was happening, we had a grand total of, I think, 3 active troopers in our barracks. That's basically 1 trooper per mission, so, you know, you can go stop an abduction solo, I guess. Napoleon, good luck with that, buddy. And it's not like the infirmary is full of assholes sandbagging for a little extra R&R either, nor has our wound-to-mission ratio gone into the toilet lately. Quite the contrary, in fact, I think the team has been performing admirably considering the circumstances. Hell, they've been working so short-handed that the last 2 abduction missions have had more empty seats on a Sky Ranger than the outfield bleachers in the 9th inning of a Marlins game. It's a goddamn wasteland. I don't know, really, what we're gonna do. I mean, it's a real bear of a situation, and while there is an influx of new blood headed for the barracks, we should have some new troopers arriving like a week from now, so I mean, it's not anytime in the near future, but we've already got a terror mission on the ground, and we got nobody to fight it. Effectively, literally no one. We have Napoleon, who we can't really send, because he's our covert operative specialist, and then we got Thomas Edison, and that's it. It's a real dilly of a pickle. And I think it's going to take some serious Houdini-esque chicanery to escape this one. So I really guess there's nothing to do but head up to Mission Control here and see if maybe we can wiggle our way free of certain doom one last time, or if we croak from getting sucker punched in the gut by a frat boy. Sorry, the Houdini metaphor kind of petered out there at the end, but that is how he died, theoretically. He died of appendicitis, but they think that maybe the blows from the frat boy prevented him from seeking medical attention. So 19 hours until this terror attack in Umlazi. Now, we have to do that terror mission, and not only do we have to do it, we actually have to do a fairly reasonable job as well, because if you take a look at our panic, South Africa is one of our trouble spots, so we gotta do it, and we gotta do reasonably well. We have 19 hours, and as we scroll through our list of troopers here, we do have some folks that are gonna be back in action before we run out of time. So what we're gonna do, in the interest of buying ourselves as much time as possible, we're just gonna run this one clear out to the fucking wire. And not only the 16 or 17 hours I think we need to get everybody, our full team, back in action, we're gonna go the full 19 on this one, because at this point, we need every single instant we can get.
Contact detected.
This game hates me. This game fucking hates me. It actively wants me to fail. This is fucking absurd. This is like 5 missions in less than 24 hours, I think. We have had 5 contacts over 2 continents, I'd like to point out, in less than 24 hours. This is utter fucking ridiculousness. Seriously, mod makers, you have to address this problem. If you're gonna do this, you've got to spread these missions out over the whole month. You can't let the aliens throw everything in 48 hours. It's just ridiculous. It's not fun. You get 48 hours and you have to sit on your hands for 3 weeks while everyone does nothing. Just spread the missions out over that whole time frame. It's actually even more tactical if you do it that way, because then you get to pick and choose what troopers go on which missions, who's more important, their priorities, all of that stuff factors in. It's strategic. The way we're playing now, we just have to take whoever the fuck is available to go. Oh. Build 15E is making me real salty. Real salty. Alright, well, what are we gonna do about this thing? We have 2 avalanche missile equipped interceptors here who theoretically have a non-zero chance of shooting this down. One of these guys doesn't even have a name yet, and you know what? I think you stay Raven 12 until you prove yourself Raven 12. So we're gonna probably send both of our interceptors. That leaves us basically helpless over Europe. But
we're in pursuit.
What are we gonna do? With this many missions coming at us in this short period of time, it doesn't matter. We're just, eventually some are gonna slip through the gill net, simply because we don't have enough net.
We're getting eaten up.
Alright, so the rookie did... Alright, bail out rookie.
Lost.
The rookie did... He did bad. I mean, let's face it, he did poorly. But, in his defense, he is just a rookie, and he was on aggressive, so let's send up Pointer, who has a name and no kills, and see if maybe he can do any better. I don't know. We did get the damage, so theoretically we could at least make this thing cancel whatever the hell mission it's on. If we can't kill it, we might be able to at least stop it. Which it doesn't look like we have a hell of a chance of doing, because we can't hit the damn thing. Okay, you know what? Splashing it, I'm not satisfied with the crippling, overwhelming amount of damage that we took, but honestly, splashing it is good for us. There was no way we were going to be able to raid that. We don't have troopers. We just don't have enough personnel. We need to explode more of the UFOs, honestly. So, I don't appreciate the damage, but I do appreciate the kills. We're going to have to take it. Alright, so Teddy Roosevelt and Mitch Hedberg both back on duty. We have a heavy UFO over India, I guess. Not even sure what that could possibly be. Van Dorn is back. Alice King is back.
Contact detected.
I can't fucking believe this shit. That's like 3 missions in less than... I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. This is a fighter, and it's high. We are not going to be able to shoot this down. Then again, it's a fighter and it's high, and like 10 minutes ago, we did have a medium UFO that came down through here and did visibly nothing. I have to assume that was a satellite hunting mission, which means this is a satellite killer. We have to try and shoot it down. I mean, we're not going to be able to do that much damage. I really don't think we can do that much damage in a single intercept. The only thing we can do is hope to do enough damage to make it bug out. That's really all we've got. This mission frequency, it's simply overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming.
Approaching target now.
This is not fun, build mod makers. Please observe, this is not fun.
Contact lost.
I don't even care. It's gonna shoot down our satellite. There's literally nothing we can do about it. We can just lose a satellite. That's what we can do. That's our option. We can just lose a satellite. I'm so salty. I'm so fucking salty right now. 8 days, we get another satellite. Does that come up before our next council report? Theoretically, it does. So if they shoot down a satellite, which they're almost guaranteed to do, we can arguably get some of that back by just relaunching it. The problem is that if we do poorly on this Terra mission and they destroy our satellite, they could just straight up withdraw. So I mean, yeah, this is all bad. This is all bad. Okay, so cutscene. All right.
How'd it
well,
go,
they didn't
Doctor?
destroy the satellite because I think that UFO took off.
Before the creature expired, I was able to extract some new information from it.
Yeah, you know what
You're
else she was
saying
able
that
to
thing
extract? She was able to
spoke
extract
to you?
like 9
Not
orgasms
precisely.
from herself.
But when you have access
So, no,
to a creature's
she was more
brain,
focused
certain
on the
patterns can be
orgasms than
discerned,
the creature's
decent
brain,
images
but
and thoughts.
And what exactly was our late friend thinking about?
Benedict
This
Cumberbatch,
particular
I'm gonna
image
guess.
appeared in the creature's thought patterns several times
Benedict
throughout the
Cumberbatch.
procedure.
He was thinking about Benedict
We've already
Cumberbatch.
met that thing, Doctor. This is hardly the kind of breakthrough we were...
And there was
At least
a neural
Bradford
link in the
remembers
creature's
the
mind
events of our
between
previous
this
campaign.
image
I mean, you
and
would think,
this
given the
one.
gallons
That's
upon
the thing that
gallons
pulled a
upon
disappearing
gallons
act when we shut
of
down that
liquor
first UFO.
that he buries his consciousness
Let me
in,
guess.
that he
You wanna
would suffer
poke
from
around
memory
in its head,
problems more
too.
so than
It
Dr.
is the
Valen or
next
Dr.
piece of the
Shin, but
puzzle.
no, that's actually not the
And
case.
this time,
Bradford has the
instead of
sharpest
shooting
memory.
it, I
Telling you guys,
suggest we try to capture
Bradford is a
it
functional
alive.
alcoholic. He is a functional alcoholic. He works better when he's completely shit-faced. Alright, so Machiavelli and Clemens back on duty. We have completed our sectoid research, so we've got to assign something new. Capture an outsider. Yeah, that's fine. We got cybernetics research credit, which we're probably going to table indefinitely. We do need to pick something new, though. Alright, what do we want to go with here? We don't need to interrogate this muton particularly desperately. That's a low priority now that we've interrogated a captive. Thin Man autopsy, how long do you take? Not that long. Some of these autopsies actually theoretically have some benefits here. Advanced body armor, though, also very much has some benefits. Very much has some benefits. Gauss weapons is also intriguing. It's going to be 16 days. Hell, at this point, we'd have to do like 85 missions to get through 16 days. Since we're running at 3 a day, that's roughly, what, 48 missions before we get Gauss rifles? May as well never happen. We could just do whatever fastest autopsy is. Alternatively, we could look at a abductor or a harvester. We get bonus damage against those, bonus salvage. It's very intriguing. Alien biocybernetics, I honestly don't give a shit about. It's either body armor or one of these analyses, or a drone autopsy. You know, the drone autopsy it's 2 days, that's all. Yeah, you know what?
This
In the
unit
hopes of
appears
maybe
to be
seeing
a
some of the
drone,
research
which is
completed
similar to
before
the
our project
military
is
drones
wiped out and
company.
everyone is in the infirmary
This particular
injured.
example seems to have
Let's
the
do the drone
ability to
autopsy.
repair damaged equipment. Dr. Shen and I believe it should be possible to capture and repurpose these for our own use in the field.
Yeah, well, you and Dr. Shen and the mod makers really need to come to a consensus on whether or not that's something that can actually be done, because while you and Dr. Shen may feel that it's reasonable, apparently the mod makers don't really fucking feel that's reasonable, because you can't fucking do that shit anymore. Sorry, Dr. V, Dr. Shen. The official Geneva Convention has banned that shit from working. 2 hours till our Terra mission then. Alright, so there we go. We have to do this Terra mission with what we can find around the barracks. On the plus side, we have quite a few folks back. Not necessarily the crew we would like, because a lot of these guys are lower ranked than I'm technically comfortable with, but I have yeah, you know what? We can make do. This is going to be okay. We can make do with this. It's not fantastic, but we can make do. Which is basically the motto of our XCOM project, by the way. This is not fantastic, but it'll do. That's basically, and by basically I mean entirely, it's the XCOM motto. Forget the Latin bullshit of the whole hidden secret whatnot. It should just say making do. However you say that in Latin, that's what our motto should be. Gunner, we gotta take the Iron Lady, and we have one or more small structures in a remote location. Not entirely sure what map this is gonna be. But if we have one or more small structures in a remote location, I think we'll go with the Iron Lady as an emplacement gunner then. So it's going to be a scope and a laser sight for Maggie T. We got to take the mustache. We can't afford to not have him. We need some more experienced troopers. I'm also very seriously considering giving him phalanx armor. The mustache is real slow without it, that's the problem. He also has a strong propensity for getting himself shot. Yeah, you know what? We'll hold off. We'll hold off for now. We'll just go with the scope and the laser sight. Let's get a scout in here. Who is our best available scout? Thomas Avarice Edison. Do you have in the zone, Thomas? You do not. You know what? We're still going to take Thomas Edison. It's either Thomas Edison or Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. Edison has the added advantage of... he's going to level. I mean, this mission levels Thomas Edison. So, pistol, battle scanner... You do not have battle scanners, though, do you, Thomas Edison? That's... you know what? Yeah, without battle scanners, actually, we can't take Thomas Edison. We have to take Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. So, it's fluffy pancakes on this one, folks, as much as we'd like to take the greedy, grubbing, vicious, it's all about me, Thomas Avarice Edison, we can't do it. Make items available, please, because Mitch... see, look at this. Thomas Avarice Edison won't even give up the damn strike rifle. Greedy prick. We need that for Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. Oh no, this is mine. I invented it, Thomas Edison said as he walked off into the barracks with the strike rifle tucked under his arm. Fucking jerk. We need an engineer. I want an engineer. I don't want to take Napoleon. Tomoe Gozen is... okay, Tomoe Gozen is a compromise candidate. That's the best way to describe this. She is suboptimal. She's the compromised person, but we're gonna have to make do. Like I said, we don't exactly have pick of the fucking litter on this one. We gotta kind of take what we can get. So Jesus H. Christ will be doing our medicing. It's gonna be tack armor, a little bit of a laser rifle. Motion tracker for Jesus is the question. There's a case to be made for taking additional med kits or possibly a scope. Fuck captures also, by the way. I don't think we'll be taking arc throwers on this one. It's just too big of a risk. It's really too big of a risk. And I think we gotta go with Teddy and the bench on this one. Yeah, that's right. Fridays on NBC, folks. They're cops. Sure, they don't get along and they hate each other an awful lot. There's a lot of spitting, a lot of swearing, and a lot of campaigning for president. Or Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, but They stay together because they have a deep and abiding respect for each other's talents. It's Teddy and a Bench, Fridays, 7 p.m. NBC. Get benched. So it's going to be a scope, laser rifle, motion tracker. Yeah, you know what? I'm fully committing to the I don't give a damn about captures on this one. We really just need to have this Terra mission come off without a hitch. So there we go. This is it. This is what we got. This is the best we can do, folks. Honestly, I'm kind of amazed that we can do anything, because really, this mission pace it's just unacceptable. It's strictly unacceptable. Seriously, I would love for somebody in the comment sections to count, go back through the last few videos and just count how many missions we've had since the beginning of August. I would be sincerely curious to know what the actual number of missions is.
We're heading to South Africa for this one, and we need to get down there fast.
Okay.
We've just received word that local authorities...
I'm not a huge fan of this map, depending on where you come in. Sometimes you can come in a pretty good spot and then it's okay. If we start over here, we're going to be completely and totally, thoroughly porn star fucked. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be hateful. It's going to be awful. It's going to be frothing at the mouth like Mel Gibson. It's going to be bad, is what it is. A drunken Mel Gibson. Mel doesn't normally froth when sober, but he's rarely sober. And that's exactly where we're coming in, so we're completely and totally boned. XCOM just taking every fucking opportunity here to spit in my mouth. I appreciate it, XCOM, thanks. Why don't you take a dump while you're at it?
Central, strike one is locked and loaded.
Where the hell are we? Never mind, we did not come in where I expected. I have no idea where we are.
Watch your fire out there.
We're on the opposite side. Yeah, you know, you say there are civilians on the ground, but I don't necessarily see any of said civilians. Alright, Mitch. Why is this not covered? So we're going to take pancakes over here, and we're going to deploy a battle scanner. First off, we have available battle scanners. Second off, we got to try and maybe locate some civilians. I don't even see any. Let's pitch it right out here, Mitchie. The pitch from the Mitch. Alright, so it looks like we've got at least one civilian right there. We also have what appears to be a pod of floaters. Those are definitely floaters. I would love to get inside this building and start taking positions here. It's probably the safest thing to do, really. Teddy and a Bench aren't really going to be able to do much of anything. I would love to get Van Dorn onto the roof. He can't make it this turn, but getting him up there is definitely the thing we need to do. Right, so we bring Van Dorn over here. Van Dorn does not have a shot. He can't fire this weapon and move. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to steady it. We're going to have to set up. We're going to have to set up for next turn. We can't really afford to engage right now.
Already there.
So we bring Maggie T around the horn. We have a couple squad site shots, which is fine. We're going to set up Teddy and the Bench both in positions where they can close. I would actually like to get... You know what? We're going to bring Tomoe Gozen up here. She could do some fine work for us with a little bit of over-the-top action from one of her grenades. She could theoretically erase that pod pretty much from the start. She could just take them from step one and make them be dead. So we're just going to all take double cover behind this giant assortment of what appear to be air conditioning units. And we're going to lose 10 to 50 civilians on this turn. What do we got? Chrysalids are coming straight in on us. That's unfortunate because it makes us less likely to be able to begin engaging those floaters. Some misses, but not entire misses. We actually did pretty reasonable damage to this chrysalid pod. We can eliminate those guys with one grenade, actually. We're not in a terrible position here. Okay, so we also have a cyber disc. So chrysalids, floaters, got a cyber disc. These guys are going to be murdering civilians. Okay, so 2 civilians are already down. I have to assume we're going to lose at least 1 more. Yep. Alright, so 2 civilians are down. Let's have Gozen just finish these guys off. This way, we got a no-muss, no-fuss situation. Oh, this is why engineers are so much better than Rocketeers. Tomoe Gozen is going to kill 3 right here with no chance for air. It's just 3 dead chrysalids. There you go. Right there. That's it in a nutshell. No Rocketeer on the planet is pulling that shit off. I hate to say it. They couldn't do it. Let's take the flanker, because it has a better crit. Actually, these all have the same critical chance. Well, we should shoot at the 100%er that's furthest away, which is going to be that guy. We're going to take this shot then. Van Dorn, So Van Dorn drops one. Floaters are active. They are not really moving. They're falling back. That guy didn't go anywhere. So we should still have one squad. Margaret Thatcher does not have a squad sight shot. We should have a squad sight shot. We, for some reason, do not. All right, Mitchie, you have low profile, right? Mitch Hedberg does, in fact, have low profile.
Moving to position.
We're going to move Mitch up here to cover, and I think we have no vision, huh? Can't see this guy standing right out in the open next to a, yeah, okay, sure. No, it makes perfect sense, game. I'm fully on board with what you're putting down there. We're, same fucking page, man. I'm doing the my eyes, your eyes, pointing back and forth kind of thing. You can't see me doing it, but I assure you I'm doing it. Alright then. Let's activate our motion tracker. We can't really afford to stumble into another pod. Oh hey, it shows civilians.
To that location.
That's, I suppose, at least reasonably useful. So we're going to advance with Teddy Roosevelt. Alright, so we have another pod out there. We do have to be at least moderately careful then on our method of advance. I would love to get some Overwatch here. This, if we go too aggressive here, we could theoretically spawn another pod. Also, that cover is not good. Is there any full cover that we didn't explode? I may have gotten a little aggressive with the grenade, but Tomoe goes and wiped out a whole pod with a single grenade. I mean, it's a good grenade to death ratio. Alright, so Maggie T's gonna have to advance then. We still can't see those guys, huh? Okay, sure. Why not? We'll hunker down. We'll bring the mustache forward. He's gonna go on Overwatch.
I feel it, Commander.
And I think we'll have Jesus do the same. So we're just gonna leapfrog forward very slightly. It's double Overwatch. On the plus side, if these floaters want to shoot at this civilian, theoretically, they should have to come within our line of sight at some point to even get a shot at him. Then again, one guy did run behind the thing like an idiot instead of running towards help. We have more chrysalids. Cyberdisc is still active. Here comes some Overwatch. 66% chance for Hedberg here. That's a miss for the Mitchie. Alright, that's fine, Mitch. I'm sure you'll do better. Mitch will do better next time. This civilian is fucking all the way dead. Okay, well that civilian is dead. And we're down 4 civilians already. Fantastic. Alright, well Hedberg has a pretty good shot. He's got a flank shot, in fact. So does Van Dorn, though. I think we take the shot with Van Dorn because Mitch can still stick and move. Alright, so Van Dorn couldn't quite come up with the kill. That's not necessarily a problem. We have other options. The Iron Lady is not really getting it done. Actually, nobody's really getting it done. We kind of need this guy to die, but we also kind of need Mitch Hedberg to deploy a battle scanner. Well, we're going to have to sacrifice civilians. So we're fighting for this civilian right here. We've sort of made our stand. We've picked our battle. We've drawn our line in the sand on this one. This guy right here over in this corner, this is our John Connor. Come with me if you want to live, because everyone else on this map is probably going to die, because I'm sort of a shitty XCOM commander. This may spawn a pod. If it does, we just have to deal with it.
Enemies in sight.
Well, that's not really what I was hoping to deal with. Alright, so the Cyberdisc can't see us. If we can whack the drones, we'll be okay. Teddy has some shots. The bench has a bad shot, which we would prefer to not have to take. Alright, what else can we do here? I don't suppose Margaret Thatcher has a shot. Of course she doesn't. She's on Overwatch anyway, so it hardly matters. We're going to bring Jesus around this corner. We'll put Jesus on Overwatch. Thurgood Marshall. We can't really afford to get much closer to the action. If we bring Thurgood any closer to the doings, he's going to be at kind of an unacceptable level of risk. Now, we could run and gun him, but if we run and gun, he's going to be able to see that Cyberdisc, and that Cyberdisc is a serious problem for us. Okay, so here's what we got to do. Let's get our motion tracker active. There appear to be no aliens over here, so theoretically we can run and gun to this location. We'll have double corner cover and probably a very long distance shot on this guy. I think this is an acceptable risk for us. It also has the added benefit of exploring a little bit more of the map with our motion tracker. Alright, so we've got some guys out there as well. On the plus side, a lot of civilians on the roof where the aliens aren't really going to be able to get to them. 67% is pretty good, we'll take it.
I'll get him next next time.
Yeah, you know, you say that, but history has kind of proven that you can't be trusted. Teddy Roosevelt going for the action blast there. And what? You know what? Yeah. I'll take a coin. Oh, Teddy Roosevelt, look at him go. The man is in a killing frenzy. You don't want Teddy Roosevelt in a killing frenzy, I'm telling you. When Teddy Roosevelt goes into a killing frenzy, you gotta look the fuck out, because Teddy Roosevelt in a killing frenzy is, I mean, he coined the term killing frenzy. They actually invented that terminology for Teddy Roosevelt. Because when he goes in a killing frenzy, all he sees is red. He just sees red. He can't be stopped. Won't be stopped. It's just non-stop murder, top to bottom, front to back, until he's surrounded by a pile of bloody, disgusting, dismembered corpses. That's all it is. It's just killing. He just kills. Also, our line in the sand remains firm. This civilian is gonna fucking survive. No matter what happens, this guy survives. Until this floater shoots him because we missed some Overwatch. I mean, when we missed the Overwatch. Never mind. All right, way to be, Clemens. So Samuel Mustache Clemens, he's adhering to the line in the sand, folks. This is it. This is our ultimatum. This civilian lives. No matter what happens, you live. You live. All right, can we get Pancakes to the rooftop? The answer is no. Can we get Clemens to the rooftop? The answer is yes. Do we want Clemens on the rooftop? Well, the answer to that is a little more undecided. We definitely want our sniper on the rooftop, but they can't make it in a single turn. We have no vision on that cyber disk, so we have no idea where it went. There's at least one pod of chrysalids and a cyber disk still left on the map, and we kind of have to take first moves here with Pancake's Hedberg. All right, well, give me the long zone then, Mitchie. I gotta have vision. Show me what's out there. Tell me what you know, Huggy. We should have vision on the cyber disk. Okay, so we've got a. We have activated a pod of chrysalids as well as a pod of seekers by throwing a battle scanner at them. I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that battle scanners are not supposed to activate units. Call me fucking crazy, but I don't think that's a thing they're supposed to do. Margaret Thatcher, I mean, it says she has a shot. Margaret Thatcher does not have a shot. So we're gonna bring Van Dorn over here. This can't draw Overwatch. That's the reason we had Mitch throw the battle scanner. I was very worried about the Overwatch possibilities coming in on us. I don't think we can afford to advance here, really. I see that one of our fallen civilians is already reanimated as a zombie. That's delightful. Alright, so Gozen is not gonna be able to offer much in this situation. She's probably best to just go ahead and put her on Overwatch. We gotta get Clemens to a little better cover. We're gonna put him on Overwatch as well. Jesus, let's get you over here, buddy. We're gonna get you on Overwatch. I think we gotta Overwatch with Margaret Thatcher as well. She's probably our one Overwatch unit that theoretically might be able to hit something. We have two terrible shots with Thurgood Marshall. Not worth taking. We're just gonna Overwatch. We should not have vision on the enemy here except for these Seekers. We can't afford to take this advance, though. If this thing throws a grenade, we're completely sunk. Also, it's probably, in all honesty, far, far too close to our chrysalid friends. We can't really afford to take that risk either. So I think what we do, we're gonna kick on the run and gun, and we're gonna come to here. We're gonna have run and gun for Overwatch. And Overwatch it is. So let's try and make some of these units come to us. What the hell is up there? Alright, so here come the Seekers. These are gonna be what draws the Overwatch if anything can. Seeker actually going on them. We're gonna save no civilians. There is no way we're gonna save shit. We have way too many active enemies. If we save 5, I'll be fucking amazed. I mean, we've yet to save 1. Bear in mind, I mean, we haven't saved any yet. We're throwing the goose egg right now. We are saving 0 currently. I'm feeling a little salty, admittedly. All right, so we should have a ton of Overwatch here. Gozen missed. We got to connect from the old mustache there. That's good. The aliens did not use their, well, you guys, both of you, I don't really think both of you needed to fire. I mean, the tandem killing and the double 8 damage, I mean, that was, it looked really cinematic, the simultaneous. I mean, that was some synchronized swimming style beauty, really. So 5 damage from Maggie T, it's not nothing. And the synchronized swimming action, I mean, it was quite pleasing aesthetically. Oh, we
No longer a threat.
did not need you to blow up Samuel Mustache Clemens' cover. That was real bad. That was real bad. I think all they have left are zombies, though. Which is good, because that means anything that's on the roof should be safe. Zombies, I don't think, will climb. These Seekers are really kind of a problem. They're going to be able to kill more civilians than just about anything else. Something is coming in the back door. What was coming in the back door? Something alien-y came in one of these doors. So Mitch Hedberg has 1 shot. It is 1 reasonable shot. Van Dorn has the world is his oyster, effectively. That is not a cyber disc. Can we see the cyber disc? We cannot. So Van Dorn, I really wanted to disable weapon on the cyber disc. Van Dorn can't see it. So he's 96 there, 76 on a Seeker, 76 on an Overwatching Seeker. Wait, this is 100. What is this? I don't give a shit about that zombie. 96. Yeah, this is... You know what? We'll come back to it, Van Dorn. Let's see what the mustache is going to be able to do first, because he's only going to have the 1 shot here. So we're going to take this shot with Samuel Mustache Clemens. 92% to hit, 5 damage. That's reasonable. Jesus also only has the same... You know what? Yeah, we'll take it. That's all Jesus is going to have. Guys, this is not the time for the high percentage misses. I just gotta say it. We can't have this. This is simply not acceptable. This kind of continued missing, you're gonna die. If you keep missing like this, you're gonna die. That's all there is to it. It's going to kill you, so stop it. You're also not doing these civilians any fucking favors either, I'd like to point out. My delicious, delightful friends, you're really, really not helping any of those bastards. 75% from Gozen is not shameful. Van Dorn still has 3 targets. Margaret Thatcher has no shots.
Already there.
Alright, we've got to get Margaret Thatcher in a position where she can start contributing. Alright, now we have 3 targets. Let's take a look. We've got a zombie. We got a Seeker. We got a Seeker. These 2 guys cannot deal with this cyber disc. Hit and run will not activate because that is a flyer. It counts as a flyer. So we got to kill one of the Seekers. The zombie is not really a problem. We're going to take a shot at this Seeker. We kind of need this one, Van Dorn. All right, good. That probably saved at least 1 civilian life. At least 1. Now, we could come up here and take this shot. We would not be flanked. Puts us right next to the cyber disc, but we would have shots at it. The zombie would still be too far away. Theoretically, we could get kind of that same thing right here as well, though. With only 1... Nah, we can't afford to do this. We gotta fall back. Who was on Overwatch? Excuse me? Alright, so the Seeker coming in with some cheap Overwatch damage. Honestly, 2 damage really isn't a problem. Tomoe Gozen, we're going to have you fire at the cyber disc, simply because it's your best shot. There's really not much else you can do. 3 damage, we'll take it.
Heading out.
Thurgood, the bench marshal, also has to... He can see 2 enemies from here. This is unacceptable. I needed you to reload, but we can't have you standing there. We cannot leave him in vision of those enemies. It's simply an untenable position for him. This guy should be getting shot.
They're repositioning on us.
Well, he's going to be dead on our next turn, that's for certain. This Seeker is... You know what? The double move from the Seekers is a strong benefit for us because... Oh, this is real bad. Cyberdisc is up top. He's up high. We can't see him. Not only can we not see him, but he's free to begin murdering civilians at his leisure. All of our civilians were hiding on this rooftop. Guys, you gotta make a break for it. Jump down. Do something. I mean, I know there are zombies coming at you as well, but honestly, which would you rather face? Ask yourself this question. Which would you prefer to fight? Titanic robot death machine that just looks like a wide-awake nightmare, or garden variety zombie that you have at least been exposed to on numerous occasions, in television, film, things of that nature. I mean, it's not like the zombie is foreign to you.
Dead and gone.
You kind of know the whole drill with the zombies. I mean, they're a known quantity. Would you rather fight the mysterious robot death machine, or would you rather take a poke at the somewhat familiar, if albeit admittedly intimidating, zombie? If you have a choice, which one do you pick? I mean, I think you gotta go, the smart money's on zombie, right? I mean, smart money's on zombie. So we actually need to kill that zombie. Okay, man, don't want
Reloading weapons.
Gotta reload. Gozen could throw a grenade at him, but if he throws a grenade at him, that's gonna kill a civilian, so I think Gozen has to reposition and reload.
Let's do this.
Margaret Thatcher, you gotta... How does Samuel Clemens not have a shot at the zombie? I mean, how can he not see that zombie?
On the move.
I don't understand that line of sight at all. I mean, he doesn't have a bullet, so it didn't matter anyway. He was never getting a shot.
Hitting there now.
Maybe Jesus can help out? Nope. Okay, it must be a distance thing. I guess we'll have Jesus reload then. Alright, Margaret Thatcher, this one's all on you. We need this one. This is gonna save a civilian. Save a human life, Margaret Thatcher.
Neutralized.
Margaret Thatcher did exactly that. So here comes our Cyberdisk friend. He's put himself all unknowingly right in the fuck locker. This guy is gonna be hurting when this comes around. We're gonna be hurting when this grenade lands also. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but the Cyberdisk is done. It's all out of love. It's so lost without us because Margaret Thatcher is gonna tear it apart. We've got plenty of units that can deal damage to it. We may get out of this one okay. Alright, so Mitch is gonna take the first shot because we want 1, lightning reflexes in case this thing is covering fire or some other bullshittery. 2, it's more important to get the hollow targeting. So Mitchy's strike rifle pulling the hollow targeting for us. Teddy the Bully Roosevelt has suffered some unfortunate damage. We're gonna have Margaret Thatcher see what she can do. Double 94s with the rapid fire. This could end it. 6 to start, and 9 to follow up. So Cyberdisk is done. And I think that just leaves us zombies. So Thurgood Bench Marshal is fine. Teddy Bully Roosevelt is gonna have at least a light wound at the end of this mission. That's unfortunate. It really is. Alright, so we should start gathering up civilians before they begin getting torn apart by zombies. Speaking of zombies, let's go ahead and take this shot. We could throw a disabling shot at him, but I'm not sure how you disable the teeth and claws of a zombie, if anybody else figures that out. Well, I mean, clearly, Michonne knows the answer, and it's you rip him out with pliers, but sadly, Michonne is not available.
On my way.
If she were here, I would totally recruit Michonne, by the way. I'm not naysaying. Michonne's a badass, and we could kind of use her on the team. Would we be better off to just run and gun here? Well, before we do that, I think this zombie may be all that's left. I mean, this zombie could be all that remains. Which,
Roger that.
I mean, actually all that remains of the enemy, not the shitty band, all that remains, because they kind of suck. But, if this guy is it...
We nailed it.
Okay.
Commander.
So that was actually pretty good. 12 of 18, not fantastic, but the mission calls it acceptable, and 12 out of 18, I also am prepared to accept. Operation Soaring Apollo came along pretty well. We are going to have a light wound coming out of this, though, and every single wounded trooper is... Effectively, it's a dead guy for us. The rate at which these missions are coming at us, we can't spare anyone. Like, we got not a square to spare. We're down to our last 3 squares. We can't spare a square. And I hate to make a Seinfeld reference because I'm really not much of a Seinfeld fan, but still, it's too perfect. It's the exact right reference here. 8 days for Teddy Roosevelt is bad. We can't afford to have Teddy gone for 8 days. It's too long. It's too long, Teddy. All right. Teddy did earn a promotion, and honestly, that promotion much deserved. Executioner's real good. Killer Instinct, I'm less of a fan of. You know, I really like Executioner, and it also comes with 2 willpower and 2 aim, both of which would be good for Teddy, and I'm still going to take Resilience. Immunity to critical hits is such a huge, huge bonus. It really makes a monstrous difference, and Mitchy Pancakes Hedberg, you know, Hit and Run actually has some very interesting potential as well. In the zone is too good. We can't... I don't even know what I was thinking. How was I even seriously considering not taking in the zone? What the hell is wrong with me? Alright, so what did we get? 3 floater corpses, a cyberdisk wreck, 3 chrysalid carcasses, a drone wreck, 12 Illyrium, 18 alloys, 9 weapon fragments, 2 meld, and 3 seeker wrecks. So, all things considered, not terrible. We do need to take a look at the panic level. Some of our phalanx armor got damaged. That's
Commander.
unpleasant, but honestly, phalanx armor
There's always a leader, a
is
general, someone
fairly
giving the
cheap
orders.
to repair. It costs a whole
These
6
aliens
credits
can
and
be no
takes 1
different.
alloy. How long does it
The
take
real
to repair?
question is, what sort of power or authority does it
I really
take
wish
to
it would tell us
control
how
such a
long
vast
these things
range of
take.
alien species?
How long is this going to take? Because it
What
just says it's
incentive
being
does it have
repaired.
to
It doesn't tell
follow
me
through with its
how long
plan?
it's going to be before it's finished. I don't like that mechanic. Please show me how long those things are going to take. 3 days now that it's in our total list. All right, then. So armored fighters in a day. That is a huge upgrade for us. Armored fighters could possibly be the key instrument in helping us turn around our absolutely atrocious air game. Drone autopsy is largely irrelevant, but it needed to be done. Laser cannons we desperately need as well. Things are going bad, and we got to take a look at our available soldiers. We have enough to do a whole... Okay, so we've got enough to do at least one more mission. Granted, some of these guys are not going to be the greatest, and we don't exactly have a fantastic balance, but we do have at least 8 guys. So, all things considered, I'll take it. Miyamoto's coming back in 7 hours as well. Looks like we got a number of troopers who are going to be back pretty darn quickly, so we will be able to pad out our availability with our team a little bit very, very soon. I mean, that's good. All right, so, you know, we got to get an OTS. I really would... yeah, I'm going to buy this. We have a lot of cash. We do have a pretty ready availability of cash, and the command ability is... It's fantastic. I mean, it's really good. It is really good. It's basically the mod makers trying to come back and make officers have a point, because without Stay Frosty and without the command ability, there was honestly, without the Stay Frosty ability rather at rank 1, there was really no benefit in taking time to recruit officers. You were better off having side troopers. But with command, there's a benefit again. So we are probably going to train some. I came to engineering for a reason, but I don't remember what that reason was. Oh, build facilities. So this is excavated. That's going to be a laboratory. That's going to be a satellite uplink. Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to build our psionics facility, but the psionics facility is going right there, and we got another 2 days, which means, like, we should have one started 14 missions from now and completed roughly 2,700 missions from now. So that'll be a delight.
Dr.
We'll take a look at our panic.
interrogation technique certainly is efficient. You'd
Efficient?
never know it by looking at her, but that woman is an alien's worst nightmare.
Well, yeah, she masturbates while she tortures them to death, Bradford. I don't know how much more nightmarish you could get. I mean, she literally tortures things to death for her own sexual gratification. That's pretty goddamn fucked up. So, you know, good call on the nightmare. All right. South African panic actually has gone up slightly, but it's still at a reasonably manageable level, even if we do lose our satellite, which I think that aircraft is gone. All right, so we have no active intercepts. Good. Maybe we can get through this. And with that tentative shred of hope, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.